Okay, so translation and rotation. So what I'm talking about is real bone motion. So I'm going to discuss this with the pelvis, as it's the biggest bone and the easiest one to visualize. So a translation is a movement in one plane or one vector. A rotation is not just a transverse plane motion. So we can rotate on an axis in different planes. So if I give you an example, if we went sagittal plane, so a translation would be the pelvis here and it moves forwards or backwards in space. So there's a translation. The pelvis is staying in the same position relative to the rest of the spine, but it's just moving in space. So that will be a translation in the sagittal plane. The rotation in the sagittal plane, so if I have an axis going straight through the pelvis, would be anterior rotation or flexion, and then a posterior rotation or extension. So these two will not occur just on their own. There may be actions that will bias one over the other, but generally what we should be seeing is a combination of the two. So if we take gait, for example, if I step forwards with one foot, step forwards with my left foot, I get a translation forward as my mass moves forwards, but then I get a rotation forwards in the sagittal plane. So remember, this rotation is sagittal plane, we're not talking about transverse plane. Translation forwards with a rotation. What are the percentages? I don't know. 50-50-ish. Some people will have a bias to use one more than the other. But I don't know that we can accurately say we should be having this percentage with this action and this with that, all dependent on how we're driving the motion. So frontal plane, same concept. So if I move side to side, iliac crest will stay the same level, then we just generally get a translation. So we're getting a motion side to side. Now a frontal plane rotation will happen on an axis straight front to back through the pelvis. So a frontal plane rotation would look like this. So let's say I'm going to do standing wide, I'm going to let my left knee bend and shift over to the left. So I get a translation of my pelvis to the left, but I should get a rotation of my pelvis to the right. So the two frontal plane motions would be translation left, rotation right.